Well, good Wednesday to you, Faith Pocatello Daily. Here we are, and you might have noticed that you don't see my lovely face at the start anymore. YouTube changed some things, and so I have to put a logo there, a picture. It doesn't take my picture anymore. I'm sorry to disappoint you all, but that's what's going on. So if you were going to ask, you know. Anyway, Acts chapter 14, verses 13 through 15. Now remember, the people, he had this just healed the lame man who was from birth, and he started walking, and they said the gods have come down, and they called Barnabas Zeus, and they called Paul Hermes because Paul was the chief speaker. And the priest of Zeus, whose temple was at the entrance to the city, brought oxen and garlands to the gates and wanted to offer sacrifice with the crowds. But when the apostles Barnabas and Paul heard of it, they tore their garments and rushed out into the crowd, crying out, "Men, why are you doing these things? We also are men of like nature with you, and we bring you good news that you should turn from these vain things to a living God, who made the heaven and the earth and the sea and all that is in them." Okay, so they've discovered that worship is being done to false gods because of an action that they've done. And so they run out and they tear their clothes and they say, "No, stop. We are men just like you." And I think sometimes we discover that. And even in our own lives, are we giving credit to God for the things that are being done? Or are we saying, thank you to, I've heard this all the time. I put it out in the universe. Okay, that seems sure. Not. No, we trust God. We hold on to God. We know that God is the miracle worker, that Jesus is the one who we profess and we proclaim. He is the healer of all. First and foremost, for spiritual salvation. He has saved you. He has forgiven you of your sins. And then as proof of that, at times, he raised people from the dead. He raised the lame. He made the deaf hear, the blind see, the dumb speak. And so what we know is that Jesus is proving that he is the authority over all things. And so when people try to give credit to something other than God, other than Jesus, we must, with great haste, with great passion, say, "No, it is God who's done this." And that we can tell him that Jesus is the one. And so I pray that God's maybe inviting you into today to maybe correct some, maybe your own thinking or some other people's thinking about why things are going well. It's not karma. It's because God has loved them so much. So may God richly bless your day. Enjoy Jesus. Go and share life.